What is going on, guys? Custody TCG here, back with another CloverPit gameplay. If you like the content, consider dropping a like, maybe even a comment saying SpaghettiOs, and a subscribe if you want to see more content like this. So today we are taking on our viewers' challenges. So this challenge is from Jacob. He says, "I've yet to see a smooth eye build. That is my humble request." So I'm assuming he wants to see the eye build with the Eye of Jars combo, which is basically, leveling up the eye symbol. If you have any challenges for me, go ahead and drop them in the comments, and maybe you will be featured in the next challenge video. So I'm going to start with Cold Affection, which is my favorite memory card, and of course we're doing hard mode because easy mode is too easy. So I'm going to grab some luck right off the bat here. I'm going to grab all the limbs because I'm not afraid of, meeting the 90 coin deadline. I might grab this just for luck. I'm going to grab this for more luck options. Ancient Coin, Disc B, and now I'm going to roll down to see if I can find a skull. No skull. I'm going to grab the Stain here, and then we're going to save the rest of our tickets. So we have a nice little starting kind of deal to work with here. Luck is very important early. I'm going to continue to beat a dead horse here. But we need as much money as we can to get some more rerolls to try to get the skull as early as possible. There's our disc trigger. We get it because we get an extra turn from the Ancient Coin, even though we started with 6 spins. So that's quite nice. And we have enough to clear the deadline. So what we're going to do is just max out our interest here without ending the round. And let's look for some more charms. Okay. Not seeing anything in particular that's tickling my fancy. Oh, well, here we go. The eye jar. So for this, for every 3 consecutive spins where you score either diamonds, treasures, or 7s, the next spin will have an eye pattern. So this will combo on with the eye that we will eventually find. So we will put that in here, and then we'll start focusing on either building a diamonds, 7s, or treasure chest build, because that makes the most sense for the eye and the jar of eyes. So let's get a little bit more money here. I'm gonna kind of see how much we can get here. We'll probably have enough to clear the following deadline. So we may skip this last round after we do a little bit of re-rolling in the shop just to squeeze out some extra tickets because we do not get any at the end of each round due to this holographic card. Okay. Let's do a little spinning here. Not very useful right now. I don't want to spend any tickets on cigarettes just yet. Ooh, there is a skull. And I'm going to have to sell something to get this Raging Capitalist because Raging Capitalist is pretty good. So I think this is the only one that's going to give us a ticket if we discard it, other than the Jar of Eyes. But that's the whole point of this video, so we're not going to discard that. Let's end the round here, collect our 4 tickets, and get our drawers full. Okay. So I'm just going to take a look in here, see what we got before we discard anything. Property certificate with the interest buff is pretty good. And fortune teller, we're just going to grab this just so we can start scaling our symbol patterns, just so we can generate some scoring until we can get to the eye. Now let's take a look at what the phone has here. Just by default, I'm not seeing anything that is tickling my fancy for this build. So I'm just going to hold off for now because I want to save my tickets for anything that I might find helpful. I'm going to wait on the cardboard box so I can double it. You know what? I'm just going to discard of these just to get some extra tickets. Okay, there's the nose, but that's not very helpful for this build. I'm going to buy the restocks with the tickets just because it starts working its way to assisting the Raging Capitalist. I'm not too concerned about scoring, so actually, you know what? We're gonna grab some interest, just because we can. And I think I might use one of my tickets here on a reroll of the phone abilities. Maybe if we can find treasures, we go for treasures and get this, but actually, we're not going to be getting any tickets at the end of each round. I think I'm just overthinking here. So I really want the increased charm space. I also want to double it, but I'm not going to get too greedy here. At the same time, diamonds manifesting more often, we could just go for a diamond build. So let's do that. Makes things simple, right? Not seeing anything in particular that's going to be too helpful. So let's deposit what we can in here. And, you know, I'm pretty much always just going to do the 7 spins since we're not going to be generating any tickets from the whatchamacallits, the end of the rounds due to the holographic card. So unless I want to get through deadlines quicker, or my scoring is just insane, no reason not to do the, you know, the higher spins on this specific memory card. All right, that's a decent chunk of change. Let's pop this off. I don't want to complete the round yet. We got some tickets from the Raging Capitalist, which is good. I probably deposited a little too much. That's okay. Let's do the cigarettes here. Do we have space for a potato? I would get it, but it's not really necessary. It's more for fun, so let's just hop on to the next round here. Maybe generate some more tickets with the Raging Capitalist. Just took a big swig of my zero sugar orange monster. I have to say, I think the white monster is overhyped and the orange monster is slept on. You heard it here first. Go try the orange zero sugar monster. Okay, we haven't had any way to trigger the eye jar yet, so we'll probably be making progress towards that as we continue to make diamonds appear more often. We're probably just going to stick with the red phone and not switch to the white phone. I think that just makes more sense. All right, always grab this. It's free tickets. And we're looking for diamonds, treasure chests, and 7s as potential ways. We don't want to particularly commit to anything in particular. I'm gonna get rid of Stain for now. I may regret that, but we're gonna get a symbols multiplier off of this hat, plus another chance at getting tickets off of 7s. So that is fine with me. We can hold that spot for now. We'll buy this to help with the Raging Capitalist, get a few extra respins, and Naughty Dealer is going to be helpful. So I am hoping that on this last round here that I'm going to be able to get another ticket to pick that up. Ah, yes. We're upgrading our symbols. We're getting tickets off of 7s. We're getting our econ going. So it's very important to establish your econ early on. And then, you know, as the run continues, it's a lot less, you know, stressful. Okay. So, Naughty Dealer. We're getting the symbols leveled up with this. How many percent chance? 10% chance left. I think I want to hold on to that. Is this absolutely necessary? No. Is this absolutely necessary? No. But they're both fun, so I'm gonna get rid of the disc. We'll get that for solidifying our scoring a little bit. And now we just need to find the eye. so we can start comboing off. 666. Sevens manifest more often. 5 luck on the first spin of every round in combination with shiny red rock. That's pretty funny. We're gonna get rid of the interest and grab this. I don't really care too much about 666s. All right, let's see what the drawers have for us, as well as this guy. Okay, personal trainer, not interested. Capacitor, not interested. This will be useful later on, and it should be easy to find, so we don't need it. We're not too focused on treasure chests. We're either doing 7s or diamonds. That's kind of where we're at. I just need to double check the jar of eyes to make sure that, yeah, okay, it is 7s as well. You know, sometimes I forget, you know? Nuke button, is it necessary? No. Is it fun? Yes, but we're gonna pass on it for now. Lemons. So diamonds, we could level up the value of diamonds. That's almost out of charge anyway. So let's just grab that temporarily. Maybe we do a reroll here and see if there's anything interesting. Maybe we'll have the chances of... yeah, we'll have the chances of bells and clovers just so we see the symbols we're looking for more often. Oh man, I just skipped a charm that could have been helpful. But I think with our Jimbo, we're a little bit more committed to 7s. So I'm gonna ditch that. Waste of 2 tickets, but at least we get 1 back. As tempting as the photograph is, we're gonna pass on it. Cardboard box is back. I still haven't seen the copy charm, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna keep this in here just in case we get enough tickets from the Raging Capitalist. So let's jump in. Let's do some scoring, see what happens, see how we're looking. Oh yeah, that's gonna be plenty of tickets. $666, huh? I'm not even concerned. Okay. I have enough to double a phone ability, so I'm just gonna buy that and store it in a drawer. And we'll put you back out. There's a lot of different ways I could be taking this run, but kind of just having fun. Just goofing around, you know? See, the important thing is that we find the missing piece to the puzzle. That's what I'm trying to do here. Because we got the P. Oh man, decisions. I think we're just gonna hold off on decision making right now until I sort my charm spaces. Diamonds. Oh no, I just skipped the 7 button. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, well, we get it back. And let's earn some tickets so we can get it. Alright, get some re-triggers off the 7s, not the diamonds. We need the poop jar for the diamonds. That interest from the naughty dealer is really helping out with our scoring right now. One round left. Let's top this off before we do anything crazy. I'm always afraid of depositing too much. Okay, so this isn't really necessary. We'll grab you because we want to see more 7s, because we want to start getting the eye jar here to pop off. We potentially want potato, or the battery potato, so we're gonna grab that and hold on to it. I'm not too concerned about getting tickets from tossing away charms from the drawers because of Raging Capitalist. Excuse me. Crystal Spear, pretty good in collaboration with what we're working towards. I think we maxed out, or we're close to maxing out our Raging Capitalist, so I think we can... Ah, man. Ancient Coin, not necessary right now. It's easy to find later on, so I guess we will get rid of that as we continue to scale. Okay, I wanted to double this, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So, oh, I don't have enough tickets for it, so maybe I stop myself. Let's go. Let's see if we can get the eye to trigger on its own here. No. Not even nervous. Yeah, so that little orb helps us with getting our small patterns up, which is nice. Do we want to buy this now? Probably not. I need the extra charm spaces, so we're going to be patient. So we have the phone ability copy. Ooh, and we got the Dear Diary, so we may not have to re-roll things. There's the poop jar. Bye-bye, poop jar. Let's put something in here to pull out the phone doubling effect. Maybe we do a spin or two for good measure. Okay. So we could increase symbols. That's good for scaling, but I may be looking more towards tripling the value of 7s, or 7s manifest more often. This will probably be my last reroll here, so we need something. All right, double the value. I don't know. Do we want to discount charms? No, let's just take the tickets. Oh well. I don't think I want to use that ability on the bathroom, so we're just gonna store it and look for more pieces of our puzzle here. This is probably gonna be a longer video because this is a build I've never done before, so I'm kind of excited to experiment and test things out. So throw this up on the side monitor, enjoy while you're gaming. It's just a casual vibe here today. We will recharge. I'm gonna do respin, no diamond, or sorry, no 7 related items. I forgot to use this, oh well. I don't really think it's that worth of reorganizing everything or min-maxing to that level. It's a little tedious. Okay, let's put in some coins here. And let's spin. Let's go gambling. We still haven't got the eye to trigger, or the jar of eyes to trigger on its own, so hopefully we can, you know, get the satisfaction of seeing the symbol one time, right? Or the pattern, rather. Enough money to clear the deadline, no problem. Nuke button has made its way back around, so what do we want to do? I think what we're gonna do is get rid of you. You were fun, but eventually when the 7s are fully charged, then it's basically gonna replace the effect. Okay, there's the Abyssu, so we want to grab that for our cardboard box. Oh yeah, I put the wrong charm in the drawer. I keep doing that. Nuke's back in there. We're gonna grab that. And we're gonna put something back on the table. There we go. And hopefully we can find the cardboard box now. Spins are getting a little expensive though, so we may have to be a little bit patient. Okay, so let's put that back away. And I kind of want the potato out now too as well. I'm not too concerned about scoring right now. Actually, that is my main source of scoring. Maybe perhaps we get rid of one of the ticket items. 20% chance, 25% chance. So this will technically be better in the long run. Having both would be great, but I'm not gonna have the luxury to do so right now. Okay, so on to the next round. Let's see some more sevens, shall we? You know what? We may be scoring enough to the point where potato might not be too good. Or we're scoring enough to the point where the potato may not trigger. Since we're not doing the white phone, it's sad because we're not going to be able to get the charges on these very low. But I suppose we could always shift at some point. But I think we're going to hold off on that. So let's finish up this round here and capitalize on the tickets just because we don't have enough monies for the respins. Let's take a quick gander in the drawers here. Ooh, that's a fun interest item. Let's see if, you know what, gosh, I need to throw away something to put the nuke away in the drawer. Gonna put the nuke away in the drawer. Maybe we're gonna get rid of potato for now, just because it's not gonna be as effective on this build as a 666 build. And ooh, look at that. Increase charm space permanently. We're gonna grab that while we have the bathroom. And now we got a little extra room to play with. And perhaps we can find the cardboard box if we're lucky. This buys us more time, but I think it's not necessary right now. Okay. We'll grab a luck charm since we have space. We'll throw out the interest, and we'll throw up the nuke button. Even though we can't activate anything right now, let's do a deposit, and let's go gameplay. Yeah, I forgot that this is still out. So I technically, effectively have another charm space still available, but 666, oh no, game over. Not. Another one, huh? Ooh. Not quite. Alright, as you can see, it looks like we're having a little tough time making the score for this deadline. So we are going to roll here and see if we can find anything that might be able to help us out. Perhaps maybe pattern multipliers temporarily. We'll put you... Actually, we'll leave you out until we're done re-rolling in case we come across the cardboard box. Electrician actually might be pretty good. So let's see. Eventually, I'm going to be putting you in the drawer and pulling out the nuke. So we're going to do that. Going to grab you. Gonna grab you. What do you do for us? Nothing that we're interested in. Okay, out of respins. Still haven't found the eye, so that's pretty sad. We're gonna put you in the drawer, and let's see what our scoring looks like. Let's see if we made up some ground here. We're gonna get 2 photograph triggers, so hopefully we see some 7s. Oh no. We may need some luck. Ooh, there we go. Finally get an eye trigger, and that should help with our scores a little bit here. So we may want to focus on increasing our symbol value as well, just because I don't have any items like the stain or the mushrooms, but we could change that, right? Now this is adding 2 pattern multipliers, which is helping just a tad. We have the P up for the re-triggers, which is good. I don't have enough money for respins, so let's see. This is the last round. I'm confident we can do it. Let's do it. Another eye, no problemo. Fantastic. We get another recharge on the photograph there. Get another eye. We should get some more recharges here. Sweet. The engine is going. We're gonna win so much, you may even get tired of winning. Imagine that. Oh yeah, we're so chilling right now. Ah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Our patterns are scaling. The eye, or the jar of eyes, is triggering a lot more often now that we have the 7s increased. Very, very nice. We still need to find the other piece of the puzzle, though. Shop hasn't been nice to us, hasn't given it to us yet. We also need to find the cardboard box again to get those extra 2 charm spaces. So let's, before we end the deadline here, let's top off here right before completing and spin down and try to find our other pieces of the puzzle. We have a lot of money to work with. Whenever you see 666, what is our 666 percentage at right now? It's base, so it's not really necessary. 10% chance for 7s to have the token modifier. So I think what we're gonna do is get rid of the naughty dealer and have that replace it. So that's not too bad. And what else? Where is the eye? Maybe we can spin on some tickets here. Let's get a recharge to start off the next round. Where are you, eye? There you are, Pareidolia. So whenever you see an eye and no other patterns during a spin, double the value of all patterns permanently. So we are gonna see quite the wombo combo here. So let's take a look, shall we? What are we going to get rid of? So let's grab it and see if we can find the cardboard box, and then maybe we won't have to get rid of anything. I just passed on the evil deal. I don't know why I did that. CloverPit is also pretty good. How much charge do I have left on this? 3%. Oh man, decisions. You put in a decent amount of work. I'm gonna get rid of you. Perhaps we do this. This would scale the value of our 7s, but we're gonna hold off on that. We just want charm space. This could be useful at some point. So let's grab you, put you in a drawer. Let's equip you in case we find the cardboard box. Please. Cardboard house, where are you? I'm almost out of monies. Okay. Doesn't look like we get it this time, but our rerolls at the beginning of next round won't be too bad. No know what? Since we're probably going to be re-rolling at the beginning of the ground, let's just leave that there. Okay. Triple the value of 7s. Let's do it. Should check the drawers just in case we magically happen to get the megaphone in one of them, but that's fine. Okay. Cardboard box, please. Hat is back. Okay. What shall we do? Man, so many decisions to make. That's why this game is fun. Let's see, how much interest left? 6%. You know, we're not too concerned about the trait because we're gonna get re-triggers from the jar of PP. So let's grab that. That'll help us with scaling. Cardboard box, where art thou? Okay, so let's see what we got working with here. We're gonna pull out the nuke button. We may pull out the eye if our scoring isn't looking too good, or sorry, the weird clock, but I'm thinking we're in good shape. So let's see how we're scoring is right now. 666, huh? Oh, nope. Ah, yes. The scaling is strong with this one. So we may not always get the eye to trigger just with how common, or the pareidolia to trigger because of how common 7s are. It's unlikely that we're not always going to have just an eye symbol, but that's okay. So that's just an eye signal, so we get the pareidolia trigger. Very nice. That's another pareidolia trigger, and boom, we are scaling. The engine is online, boys. And I don't even have my CloverPit out. Okay, so let's top off here before we start going into reroll madness to find that cardboard box. So we're gonna put the nuke away. We're going to equip this. And now we just keep rolling, 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 rolling. There it is. Fantastic. All right, so let's see what we've been holding on to. Anything we're gonna pop out? Yep, CloverPit. We probably don't need you, but we're gonna keep you in the drawer just in case. And we got room for one more slot. We could grab the stain in the meantime till we find something a little bit more appetizing. Greedy King, this will help us with increasing the value of 7, so maybe we just start scaling the value. I want to look for the charm that allows me to discard a charm and then put it back on the table so I can get this fully recharged again, so we might look for that as well. We'll hold on to this for now. We have so many tickets, we don't really care. And let's see if we find anything that piques our fancy. Ah, so this is probably going to be a little bit more helpful. So if you see 7 7s in a single spin, turn them all into golden 7s. Now, I believe that does that override the tickets? Let's find out. I threw away the one too many. Actually, no, that's correct. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that, and I don't think the gold overrides the batteries or the tickets, but we'll find out here. Okay, and there was not 7 or more symbols there. 666. Okay, it does appear to override the tickets. Unless I missaw. But it's not always that we're getting more than 7/7, so we can use it to scale a little bit. Maybe we actually throw the crystal sphere back in. Because we have so many different like scaling options, such as like the CloverPit, the Lost Wallet, and the Pareidolia jar combo. So maybe we just keep scaling up that rather than the other option. Ooh, so this is actually going to replace this. We're going to be doing a lot of respins, so we can basically just pay money to recharge our charms, which is not a bad deal. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to complete the round and probably skip a few deadlines just to get more phone abilities. Ah, look at that. Our scoring is getting so ridiculous. You know, normally with these videos, I typically will end them after we complete the deadline, but for this, we may do a little bit longer of a video, just see how it performs. And, you know, kind of take it as far as we want until we get a little burnt out on the run. Make sure you guys post your challenges for me in the comments, because I will do them. You know, this game feels too easy for me, and I'm looking for ways to, you know, kind of challenge myself. So I'm gonna do the respins here to get a couple recharges, and then when, ooh, actually, I'm gonna do more than a couple. I don't really care about that. Don't care, don't care. All right, that's recharged. I could have not had to spend the money there and just went to the next round and it would have recharged, but I'm so rich, I don't care. Okie dokie, let's take a look in here. Chastity belt, ignoring that. I'm not looking for anything in particular. Okay, what do we want here? I think that doubling my Clover tickets would be pretty funny. That does help us scale. So what we're gonna do, let's go like that. We're gonna keep those free respins to recharge. Let's do that. So we double some tickets. One spin, fine with me. Is that a waste of the jar of P? Perchance, but we can just recharge it because we're a wealthy man. So boom, let's re-roll away and get those recharged. All right, recharged, good to go. And why do I feel like I'm missing something? Oh, the nuke is hiding back there. We're gonna throw this away. Not looking for anything particular in the shop. We've pretty much solidified our build, so Megaphone is pretty much the only thing that I'm keeping my eye open for at this point. Woohoo! Lots of money, lots of tickets. Doubling our tickets helps with the Lost Wallet and the CloverPit for the scaling. And we get these eye symbols, nice. No Pareidolia trigger, unfortunately, because we have too many 7s. But it's all good, because we're scaling up the eye symbol when we hit the 7s with the, whatchamacallit? The sphere, this guy down here. How was your guys' holidays? You guys go visit family? Did you do anything fun? Did you stay home like me and, you know, just chill out, have a nice, relaxing holiday? Doing a meetup with some family in a few days, but most of them are out of town. Okay. We're having fun, right? So let's go again. And then maybe next deadline, what I'll do is I'll have it be my last deadline, and we'll just go completely ape mode on it. Do extra turns. See how many turns we can get. Just a little fun shenanigans. Why not, right? Because it is clear that this run can keep going, but eventually you'll get to the point where this run just runs out of juice. Only the 666 builds can really go infinite, based off of my experience. So something like this, it's possible. Actually, you know what? I take that back. It is possible with this build. But requires a lot of min-maxing. Ah, yes. Give me monies. Okay. So now I am going to want to set up for next round. We're going to recharge. We are going to... What is expendable? We're going to put you in the drawer. Our symbols and pattern multipliers isn't that high. We haven't really been focusing on leveling it up, but you know, 93 to 31 is decent. So that, you know, the not ideal basically has already scaled up to that point for us. If we were really going to run this into a very late run, then I would keep it to continue the scaling, but we're about to do some shenanigans, right? So this next deadline is probably going to be my last one for this video. So let's complete the deadline, get the key, and head out of here. Let's see if we can get the megaphone. Perchance doubling our phone abilities. We have so much money that we can most likely find it quite easily. I'm not gonna min-max. I'm not gonna get that red orb and get even more tickets and such. We are just looking for some craziness. Maybe we keep this. Actually, no, we don't really care about the battery too much now that we have the, you know, the electricity meter. Megaphone, where are you? There you are. Okay. So I need to make room for the nuke. We're gonna put you in there. You know what? We can probably search for the bathroom as well, so that way we can get the phone ability to trigger effectively 4 times. And look at that, it's literally the next spin. It's too easy, guys, it's too easy. Okay. Bye. Now we need to put something else in the drawer. And we pull you out. So let's see what we got in here. We got a lot of tickets, so we can afford to reroll. We're looking for 7s. All right, triple the value of 7s. Let's copy that 4 times, shall we? So what is our 7s at? Oh yeah, 13,000 each. That should be interesting. Okay. Make more tickets. Horse. We don't need horse. Bye-bye. We don't have any extra charm spots, so throw on the nuke and let the madness begin. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Nice. Pareidolia trigger. lot of those eye triggers. Can't complain about that. Look at that, we're already in the E's. So if you're ever trying to go for high score runs, it's best to take advantage in these early deadlines to really ramp up and scale everything, because as you do that, in the earlier rounds, then you get to save some money on the respins, because the higher up you get, respins get quite expensive. Swole Cat, I don't think we're triggering enough for Swole Cat yet. I don't even think we need anything from the shop. This is just more or less taking a gander. You know, music tape, why not? Because we want to see more scoring. We're going to keep re-rolling here to recharge our charms. We have so much money, we aren't concerned. Oh, I was like, why is this taking so long? We can probably get you out, which means we're gonna have room for another charm. Should we throw the evil deal back on? Why not? Why not? Off we go again for more scoring. By the time we get to the last round of this deadline, we should have so many stacks of 7s that we're pretty much always just hitting a jackpot. But this thing, or the thing is though, is since we're going to be hitting 7s and the pareidolia triggers, it may not always trigger to the 7s, but that's okay, because if the pareidolia triggers with the jar of eyes and we get lemons, for example, then it's still going to double the value of all of our patterns. So, for example, not going to happen here because we had a treasure chest in the top corner. You get the idea. Lots and lots of scoring. Yay, yay, money. Number go up equals dopamine release. I'm recording this on Christmas Day, and I am very excited to watch the Broncos-Chiefs game. You guys football fans in the comments? You guys watch any of the games? Who's your team? I honestly have to say that this season has just felt like some of the best football I've ever watched. Alright, that makes our re-rolls a little bit cheaper because we get them for free. Get another free re-roll. Bathroom, I probably would get if we were continuing the run after this, but this is gonna be, you know, a long deadline, so. Also, question for you guys, would you ever be interested in me doing a live stream of playing where, you know, I can kind of take challenges in the chat and we can do runs as long as we want them to go? You know, I just don't want to bore you guys with like 3-hour-long videos because, you know, that's a long time. So maybe eventually we'll start streaming, take your guys' challenges live. I think that would be pretty fun. So the interest that we're getting off the interest triggers, not very helpful right now, but later on in your runs, when you get really high, interest becomes a lot more important for completing deadlines. All right, we got 3 rounds left. Let's recharge our guys. Could have took the battery, but I didn't. Alright, we should be seeing a lot of 7s. some cherries that time. Yeah. Now the nice thing is that since we're getting so many tickets, the CloverPit and Lost Wallet continue to scale and help carry us throughout the rounds. I love when the audio breaks because there's so many re-triggers going on. There's some runs that I've had where the re-triggers are just so crazy that, you know, it takes like 3 minutes for all the re-triggers to take place. Now that is some craziness. It's really cool what you can do in this game, honestly. I'm really excited for the new content updates as they come. Free recharges. Okay. We are going to do a 3-spinner here. We just keep going up and up and up and up and up. Okay, so I keep talking about how briefcases are going to be important later on. So since I do keep talking about that, I want to show you an example before we end the video on how to get past the higher deadlines. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna keep skipping deadlines until we don't have enough money to deposit. We're gonna grab the key. What's on the phone? Sure, we're just gonna pick whatever because we're just skipping away. And this trick that I'm going to show you guys, it applies to just about every high score run. We're getting some nice scaling from the naughty deal. Maybe we put a little effort into finding something interesting. Triple the value of 7s. Sure, why not, right? Keep going. Stack up some more of those. Triple the value of 7s, why not? Cash in. Okay, E14, we should be able to clear this deadline as well, and then I can show you guys the fun strategy. So, that is if we have enough respins, that is. Let's triple the value 7s again, just out of curiosity. Look at that, that's crazy. Okay, let's top off here. We got 13 respins. Hopefully we can find what we're going to need. Okay. So as of right now, our score by default is not going to get us to E18. So how do we circumvent this? So we circumvent this with a few things. We need a briefcase to get us close to the deadline. So hopefully we can find a briefcase here on these free spins. If we can't, then we're gonna have to go into detail on what I need you guys to do. Let's put this in here. We're gonna grab the lucky cat because that is kind of part of the equation. Ooh, cigarettes. This might help me find the briefcase. This is just what we need. So we may run out of respins. Okay, here we go. So if you take a look here, it says immediately earn 30% of the debt amount. So if I click this, we went from the E14 up to E17 off of that. So if I deposit this here, if we take a look at our interest is E16. So ideally, we want to get as many interest triggers as possible, right? So we have the lucky cat. We have this, the 10% chance of the 7s having it. We have the jar at P for the re-triggers to get the interest to trigger multiple times. So let's see what we have that is disposable to bring out the nuke. Since we're finishing up here soon, we're gonna throw away the Raging Capitalist. We're gonna get the nuke back out. Let's see, anything interesting in the drawers besides the nuke? Nope. So we're gonna do that. Let's see what we got in here. Any fun shenanigans to end the video off? Let's 777s again, why not? Okay, so now that we have our interest pretty high, we should be getting the interest triggers quite frequently, which will allow us to clear the round. So let's do that. And watch the magic happen. If we can get it to happen, that is. So nice, we get a little interest trigger. Ideally, we want these modifiers here to trigger. If we don't get enough of them to trigger, then what we need to look for is the naughty dealer, which we had earlier on in the run. There we go. Plenty of interest triggers there, which should push us over the scoring requirement in a little bit. Ooh, that was kind of scary. Okay, so let's see how far off we are. We're gonna increase our interest again. So let's deposit. So this way, now our interest is in the... Oh, we had enough to clear. Fantastic. So now that you understand how good interest is late game, and all you need to do is respin until you find that briefcase to get your interest high enough. And that can be applied to any run, any style, but it works best in 666 because you can generate pretty much infinite respins in 666. So I hope you found this video helpful, and we will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you leave your challenges in the comments, and have a great new year. Peace.